Hey guys, today we're taking a look at my Natura deck. Naturas are basically just a lockdown deck. Almost all the Naturas just help you keep your opponent from doing things and also help you swarm to summon synchro monsters that do the same thing, that keep your opponent from doing stuff. So first off we have Bamboo Shoot. He's a star of pretty much any Natura deck. Once you get him out through a tribute summon of Natura, your opponent can activate spells and traps, which is amazing. Then we have Cliff. Cliff is the searcher of the deck, allowing you to special summon a level 4 Natura. Really nice that you can summon Mantis with this also. And then we have Natura Cherries. Pretty much easy tuner that can allow you to swarm with more cherries to do more synchros. Very simple, very nice to have because even if you draw them early on, you'll be able to keep swarming with more tuners. And then we have Natura Pumpkin. Natura Pumpkin really great, allowing you to summon another Natura monster, which is very useful to get a synchro out very quickly. The thing to keep in mind with cards like this and other Naturas is that Bamboo Shoot's effect only activates when you do a tribute summon, so don't try to special summon Bamboo Shoot. It won't help you at all. Then we have Natura Cosmobeet. Very nice card, especially when your opponent's on the defensive, so if they set a monster, you get this guy for free, which is really nice. Your opponent can't go on the defensive when you have this in your hand, or else you can swarm more and more. Then we have Natural Butterfly, negating attacks, which is really nice, and sending monsters to the grave, or sending cards to the graveyard, which will hopefully be monsters. And then we have Natural Fruitfly, so this one, combined with the other Naturas, allows your opponent to just keep losing attack and defense, and if they get to 0, you can take control of one of their monsters. So this is really nice against like certain deck types that have really low defense cards. There's a lot of cards just in general that have low defense, but if you're playing against like what kind of like a Flamevel deck that has like all these 200 defense monsters, you're gonna really annoy them because you're gonna keep being able to take their monsters. And then we have Natura Mantis, so 1700 attack, a bit stronger than a lot of the other Naturas, and you can destroy monsters that get summoned, which is really nice. And then we have Natura Dragonfly. So this one gets powered up by the graveyard, and your opponent can't use a super strong monster to attack it. What's really nice about this is late in the duel, when you start to have a lot more Naturas in the graveyard, this card can kind of become unbeatable because it'll have so much attack that they'll need a 2000 or attack point monster to destroy it, and they can't. So they have to use spells and traps. And by that time, hopefully, you also can negate their spells and traps. So it can, in addition to everything else, they can help you like create the lockdown even more, which is really nice. Spells and traps, mostly staples. For the spells, just some things to keep in mind. Mind Control, very important for a synchro heavy deck. Gaia Power, helping you boost those low attack point Naturas early on, in case you aren't able to swarm right away or something like that. I also have one MST in this. The thing about MST is that you have a lot of cards that keep your opponent from activating spells and traps, so if you overload your deck with MSTs, it's going to become a little redundant. So it's up to you whether you want to put 1 or 2 or even 3, but you really have to keep that in mind that MST is going to be a dead draw if you're negating your opponent's spells and traps all the time. So for the traps, Fiendish Chain is really great because it can obviously negate effects and keep your opponent from attacking. The thing about traps in a Natura deck is you want to do 2 things. You want to protect your Naturas a lot because of their really strong effects, and you will also want to like add to the lockdown, use your traps to support the lockdown. So Fiendish Chain helps you do that and helps you protect your monsters. Then a lot of staple traps. Again, you're going to want to have as many as you can to help protect your Naturas. Then we also have Vanity's Emptiness. So Vanity's Emptiness combined with Bamboo Shoot or the other synchros is very powerful and can start kind of eating up your opponent's options for what to do against your Naturas. So for the extra deck, we're going to have the Natura synchros, helping you negate spells, traps, helping you negate effects, all very nice. Pretty much staple synchros. You have a lot of different levels in this deck, so you can throw in all the ones you want, like Catastor, Black Rose, Scrap Dragon, everything like that. For XYZ, a few of the staple XYZs, and we're also going to have Lavalval Chain and Fairy King. Fairy King, because you have all these Earth monsters, and Lavalval, to get a certain monster you need, like Bamboo Shoot, for example. So overall, Naturas just do a lockdown, and they also have a lot of swarm power, but the swarm power is really just to synchro summon more Naturas to create more of a lockdown. The thing about Naturas, there's so many ways to do this deck. There are so many ways. I'm sure you guys will have a lot of different suggestions and different type of decks that you use for your Naturas, and definitely like to see that in the comments and all that kind of stuff. But this deck obviously just has one straight focus, keep the lockdown going, keep the synchro summoning going, and yeah, that's pretty much it. If you like this video, you can subscribe or hit the like button. I'd really appreciate it. You can also check the playlist in the description. It'll have a list of all the decks I've made so far, so if you want to check that out. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can see my Twitter on the bottom left there. You could tweet me, talk to me, suggestions, anything like that. Twitter's usually the best way to contact me. But that's it for me. Thank you guys for watching.